If I want to be free, I have got to be me. Not the me you think I should be. Not the me I think my wife think I should be. Not the me I think my kids think I should be. If I want to be free, I have got to be me. So I better know who me is. This is a quote from Bill Gove, who is recognized as the father of professional speaking. I know this is a guy who was born in 1912, but I cannot agree more. This is why I do the work that I do, in hopes that people understand how important is self-awareness. To know who we are, to know what we like, to know what we need, to know what our strengths are, to know what our weaknesses are, to know how we show up in society, how we show up to others, how we show up for ourselves, to know who we are as a father, as a mother, as a aunt, as a caregiver, to know who we are as we show up in our businesses. The more that we know about ourselves, the more that we can continue to grow, because when we find those things that are weaknesses for us, or that things that are harder for us to do or to realize, or to the things that we want, we can work towards it. We can work towards anything that we want to be, but we have to know who we are so we can know where we're going. The thing right now is that we have an epidemic of disconnection and dissociation. Not a good type of dissociation like hypnotherapy, where we dissociate to connect with something higher, to change some of the things about ourselves that we don't like. We dissociate and disconnect so we can become numb to our environment, numb to what's happening, numb to our kids, numb to our spouses. We become numb. Maybe we scroll the web for hours, disconnected from ourselves and from everyone around us. When we disconnect, we have no awareness of who we are, what we need, or what we want. We just get stuck in this hole, and we become so confused, so sad, so stressed. And every time that we connect back in, all these emotions comes running to tell you, to give us information, but it's so much that it becomes so overwhelming that we disconnect once again. I want you to be disturbed by the notion of not knowing about yourself. I want you to move towards finding out who you are, what you like. You need to be aware. You need to become conscious of who you are, so you can have room for growth. You can't settle down to disconnection and dissociation. It's so easy nowadays because there's so many tools that allow us to do this. We think that we are entertained, but yet we're stuck in the same place, because as soon as we connect back into ourselves, we are back into pain. If we don't deal with the pain, if we don't look internally, if we don't look with what's happening to us, how we feeling, what do we need, how do we take care of ourselves, how we become better at that, then we continue to struggle. And then we continue to be dependent on the things that help us disconnect, because connecting just becomes so hard. I want you to connect. I want you to reconnect with yourself. I want you to become so aware of yourself that it's scary to the people around you. I want you to know you, because that's the only way you can be authentically free. I'm Emely Alcina at Kind Therapy Ottawa. Feel free to share this message if it resonated with you. Have a great weekend. With much love.